Hello learners, I Dr. Niradhar, faculty member, School of Education, Indira Gandhi National Open University, welcome you all to this video program. Today we are going to discuss one of the important topic of your online course. Course title is Understanding Disciplines and Subjects, and today's topic of discussion, that is implications of curricular divisions for learner centered pedagogy. So, try to understand that what are the implications of curricular divisions. Okay. The knowledge that we are getting from school education system, especially from the curricular materials, okay, curricular materials and our curricular practices in the teaching learning practices when the curriculum is transacted from teacher to the students. Okay. Means the curriculum which is developed as per the learner centered pedagogy. So, we will try to understand that what are the implications of it, and further we will also discuss the concept of the learner centered pedagogy and how we develop curriculum and how we developed our curricular discourses, curricular practices as per the learner centered pedagogy. So, try to we will discuss with full details, but beforehand let me to say that at present we are in the 5th week of this online course. This course has been designed in 8 different weeks and we are at present in the 5th week, and in 8 different weeks we have to study one module in every week. So, that is why total 8 modules are there in this online course, and presently we are in the 5th module, and the title of this module is Subject Concerns in School Curriculum. Okay. So, we are now discussing about the school education system, especially school curriculum, how to organize subjects in the school curriculum, how the contents are included, what philosophy, what approaches, what model we follow for practicing, for developing the subject, for organizing the subject, at the same time for organizing the teaching learning practices. Okay. So, this module has been designed in 4 different video programs. Here 4 video programs are included in this module. First is curriculum, syllabi and school education, second is domains of school subjects, third is curricular materials, its types and importance. So, friends, already these 3 titles we have already discussed: curriculum, syllabi and school education, the concept of curriculum, concept of syllabi, okay, and its importance and its relation with school subjects and its importance in school education system we have discussed. Then domains of school subjects also, different subject domains of school subjects we have discussed, and what concept the subject domains of school subject, just like humanities, science, social science and mathematics address, that we have discussed. Then further curricular materials, its types and importance, just in the earlier program we have discussed about the types of curricular material, okay, the prescribed material and the supplementary material and the importance of the curricular material. And in this present discussion, in the present session, we are going to discuss about the implications of curricular divisions for learner centered pedagogy. So, friends, before discussing the content point and the concept that has been addressed in this topic, that is implications of curricular divisions for learner centered pedagogy, let me to first go through the learning outcomes. So, after going through this video program and after going through the part module, or you can say module, the 5th module which is included in the 5th week of this online course, particularly from this content point, from this video program, you will be able to explain the concept of learner centered pedagogy. So, what is the concept of learner centered pedagogy, to whom we will say that yes, these are the learner centered pedagogy, and further you will be able to explain the use of learner centered pedagogy for construction of knowledge, how the learner centered pedagogy are used for construction of the knowledge, for knowledge construction, for development of the knowledge, for acquisition of the knowledge. Okay. So, that is also another important learning outcomes. Then further you will be able to, after going through this video program and part content, you will be able to discuss the merits and limitations of learner centered pedagogy. So, what are the merits of learner centered pedagogy, that is also called as child centered pedagogy, okay, and what are the limitations. So, we will discuss the merits and limitations. Every aspect is having its own merits and own limitations, every methods, every techniques, every approaches of teaching learning process is having its own merits and limitations. So, here also when we talk about learner centered pedagogy, it has its own merits and at the same time it has also its own limitations. So, our focus will be on the merits and the limitations, then use of learner centered pedagogy for knowledge construction. At the same time you will be able to explain the concept of learner centered pedagogy. So, now let us try to understand the concept of learner centered pedagogy. What is the concept of it? What is the meaning of it? You see, in learner centered pedagogy, learners are the main beneficiary of the teaching learning process. You will find that this is one of the psychological guidelines, psychological principle, or you can say the psychological process that is supposed to be followed for curriculum development, for curriculum construction. And when we give importance, or when we say that learners when we develop the curriculum, so what you do? So, we give much importance to the learners, okay. So, because learners are the main beneficiary, are the prime beneficiary. So, that is why all teaching learning experiences, okay, or the pedagogy, the content, the activities, okay. So, all learning experiences that are practiced in the school, that should be as per the need, interest of the learners. So, here we can say that all teaching experiences are a need to design as per the need, interest and abilities of the learners, because learners are the beneficiary of the curriculum. So, if content points are incorporated in the curriculum, in the syllabi, and if the students are not able to understand, if it is not at the level of the students, okay, if the students are facing difficulties, then you can say that these are the good learning material. So, that is why friend, all teaching learning experiences are a need to design as per the need, interest and abilities of the learners, okay, because it is for the learners. If they are getting deprived to understand certain things, then you can say that this is a good curriculum. So, that is why it should be developed as per the mental standard, as per the growth and development, you can say, okay. The learners are at what stages of their life, what stages of their growth and development, and what is the average development of that stage. You can say, let the curriculum is developed for 9th standard students, syllabus is developed for the 9th standard students. So, at the 9th standard students, you will find that what should be their mental development. So, accordingly curriculum should be developed, okay. So, that is why it should be as per the need, interest and abilities of the learners. Further, we can say for learner centered pedagogy, that is for helping the learners to construct their own knowledge. So, here curriculum should provide space to the learners to develop their own knowledge, or to construct their own knowledge. So, many a time you will find that learners are coming with huge experiences, okay. So, you will find that from their environment, from home, school, from community, from physical environment, from social environment, they learn many things. They have huge experiences, huge understanding, and we have to connect their experiences, their learning and their knowledge base, the earlier knowledge base with the new curriculum, with you can say the new things or the new knowledge which is incorporated, which is included in the curriculum. So, that is why you will find that a learner centered pedagogy, that is the learner centered pedagogy where space is given to the learners for constructing their own knowledge, okay. So, that is why as a teacher you have to facilitate the learners, as a teacher you have to help the learners, as a teacher you have to guide the learners, okay. You are a path shower, you can say. you are a director, you can say you are a facilitator, you are a supporter for the learner, you are a stage setter for the learners. Okay. So, that is why learners will develop their own knowledge, they have that attitude, they have their ability, but you have to show a path, show a way to them. Then further, and that curriculum we can say that this is the learner centered pedagogy or learner centered curriculum. And further, child centered pedagogy means giving primacy to children's experiences, their voices and their active participation. This is as per National Curriculum Framework 2005 that children's experiences should be showcased, should be given importance, should be presented in a very structural way. You will find that many a time, many case studies of children, case studies of students, case studies of different students of their unique work, that also get recorded and presented in the textbook. Okay. So, what does it mean? It means children's experiences are also given importance in a learner centered pedagogy, and further their voices. So, you will find that the learners are given importance to say something, to participate in certain to participate in many activities. Many a time you will find that group of students, they are not coming forward in the class. Okay. So, what they are just maintaining a type of isolation. Okay. So, hardly they talk with their friends, hardly they do certain activities with their peers, and many a time they are afraid to talk with their teachers. So, that is why friends, here we can say that the child centered pedagogy provides space to the learners for raising their voices. Okay. So, that is why, and to participate, actively participate in different activities. And further we can say learner centered pedagogy refers to an educational process like developing curriculum, syllabi, textbooks to develop teaching strategies in classrooms and beyond. It is perceived from a learner's point of view and designed and conducted accordingly. So, try to understand. It may be textbook, it may be syllabi, it may be a curriculum, it may be the knowledge base and experiences that the learners get from the curriculum, that means from inside the classroom, at the same time outside the classroom. You will find that everywhere the teaching experiences, the teaching activities should be designed keeping the child, keeping the student, keeping the learner at the center. Okay. At the center means as per their abilities, as per their requirements. Many a time you will find that the students, what life skill they are supposed to achieve from the curriculum. Okay. So, accordingly we design the curriculum. Okay. The curriculum should discuss about various life skills. A curriculum should provide space to the learners to exhibit themselves, to practice themselves, to participate in many life skill activities. So, that is why these are the certain aspect to understand better about the learner centered pedagogy. And friends, let me to say, as per the constructivist approach of teaching learning process, okay, as per the constructivist principle, you will find that all learning activities, okay, in the curriculum, in the textbook which is included, may be content in terms of different chapters, different points, different units. You will find that this has been developed as per the learner centered pedagogical approach. Further, let us go forward to understand better about learner centered pedagogy for construction of knowledge. We can give certain example that what methods, what techniques, what critical pedagogy and what unique practices can be maintained for making our teaching learning process learner centered, just like project method. So, friends, if you practice project method as a teacher, you will find that you can engage more and more students in the teaching learning process. So, let me to give one example. If you are teaching market, okay, let one concept, market is a concept in social science. This is also concept in other subjects also. So, if you are teaching market, so what you can do? Market can be taught, the concept of market can be taught inside the classroom, okay, by discussing or by showing certain videos, or you can say certain learning resources. But at the same time, the concept of market can be better taught by using a project method. So, what you can do in your class, let 30 students are there, you can make 2-3 groups. Okay, let you make 3 groups. So, what you can do, you can send one group of students with a supervisor teacher to different types of market. Just like you can say Gramin Haat or weekly market, to whom we say that this is the weekly Haat. Okay. So, what you can do, you can send one group of students in a type of project to a Gramin Haat or weekly market, that they will go there, they will experience, they will observe how the things are happening. Direct experience they will get, they will come contact and they will develop certain interaction with the shopkeepers, the persons who are coming to the Gramin Haat or the weekly market. Okay, how they do the business. Okay, so they will interact it. At the same time, they will directly experience and they will also write down they will also note down the things that they experienced, okay, for their project report. And another group of students you can also send to a neighborhood shop. Here I am saying a neighborhood shop. You might have experienced that in the colony, in the street where you are living, where you are staying, you will find that there may be 1 or 2 shops are there. That shops you will find the daily needs goods are there. So, what you can do, you just send group of students and they will just observe that how the things are going on in a neighborhood shop. At the same time, you can also send another group of students to a shopping mall. Okay, that is the modern concept. Shopping mall nowadays you will find that even if in the small cities, shopping malls are developing. Okay, so a group of students with their supervisor teacher will go to the shopping mall and they will observe there how the things are happening. Okay, in a shopping mall, how the goods are available, how people are coming and how they are selecting different goods and how billing is prepared. Okay, so here then after getting experience and noting down the important points, then they will prepare a write up and further they will come and they will present it in the classroom, so that the other students they will also get oriented about the concept of different types of markets. So, friends, market can be taught in the classroom or it can also be taught just like in a project method. Okay, so that's why project method is a learner centered pedagogy, but if you teach market in a class, that may be a teacher centered method, okay, a type of autocratic method. But here it is a flexible method, it is a learner centered method, it is a constructivist. This method is based upon the constructivist approach of teaching learning process. Then further inquiry based method we can also use, then problem solving method we can also use, then field trip and field visit method can also be used, then demonstration, dramatization, role play. So, you can engage students, you can involve students in different types of role play, Okay, so, what the students will do, they will play a type of character. Okay, so, what they will do, they will just transform themselves, they will try to in a simulated condition, they will try to play the role of others and they can do a type of demonstration. So, as a teacher you can involve the learners, you can involve the students in different types of demonstration, different types of dramatization, then group discussion and different activities, narration and storytelling. You can also engage students in telling stories, in narrating certain happenings, in narrating certain events, and you can also take students a type of field trip and field visit to different historical important places, economic important places, geographically important places, political important places, okay, culturally important places. So, directly they can learn certain experiences and they will also write down the important points and the experiences that they gain from there, and they can observe, they can develop a type of natural observation. And if we take the students to different natural setting, natural areas, so directly they can observe many things, and in problem solving they can solve problem of their own. So, friends, the methods and the techniques that I have included here, that's all are come under the learner centered pedagogy, and these methods will further help for construction of knowledge as per the constructivist approach of teaching learning process. It will help for construction of knowledge for the students. So, that is why in a learner centered pedagogy, being a teacher, you are supposed to understand the content first, then accordingly you have to select a good method, a learner centered method to teach that content, to teach that particular content to the students. Then further, let us try to discuss about the merits of learner centered pedagogy and the limitations of the learner centered pedagogy. So, first let us focus upon the merits of learner centered pedagogy. So, we can say first of all, the merit of learner centered pedagogy is it exhibits innate potential of the learners. So, in learner centered pedagogy you will find that wholeheartedly the learners will come forward and they will participate in different activities. So, that is why we can say exhibits innate potential of the learners. The learner centered pedagogy provides space to the learners for exhibiting themselves, for their own exposition, okay, to you can say their abilities, their aptitudes. They will get an opportunity to come out with their aptitudes, okay. And further, it uses varieties of methods and media in learner centered pedagogy, because all learners are different, okay. So, as per their individual need, you will find that individualized instructions are given in the school, okay. It is very complex in nature, because all students are different, there are individual differences, okay. So, no two students, two children you will get in your class who are exactly equal so far as their mental ability is concerned, their attitude, aptitude, intelligence are concerned. So, that is why varieties of methods and media as per the individual need of the students can also be provided. So, it is another merits of learner centered pedagogy, and further it promotes learners innovations and creativity, because it is individualized in nature. It is also another merit, and further we can say it provides opportunities for knowledge creation. So, only the learner centered pedagogy provides opportunity for the learners for creating, for developing their knowledge, for constructing their knowledge. Further we can say it helps learners to explore themselves, what they really know. So, many a time you will find that only those students get success who can understand themselves, understand their weaknesses, understand their you can say strong points, okay, or you can say strongness, their strength you can say. So, that is why learner centered pedagogy, because in learner centered pedagogy opportunities are given to the learners for participating in many activities, for narrating certain things, for exhibiting certain things. So, that is why they get scope for exploring themselves, and further we can say it also helps to develop confidence for grooming. So, here you will find that the learners in a learner centered pedagogy, learners get many opportunities and they develop confidence for their self grooming, for their own development, okay. So, friends, these are the certain merits of learner centered pedagogy. Now, let us focus upon the limitations of learner centered pedagogy. So, first of all, among the limitations, the first limitation is it is difficult to practice it in a overcrowded classroom. So, many a time you will find that many places you might have observed that overcrowded classroom, okay. As per Right to Education Act 2009, RT Act 2009, this is the recommendation that at the elementary stage, at the lower primary stage, you can say that the ratio between teacher and student is 1:30, and at the upper primary stage, that is 1:35. So, friends, here you try to understand these ratios, whether these ratios are properly maintained. You will find that many schools are overcrowded. You will find that 50, 60, 70, 80 students are sitting in a class. So, if a number of students are sitting in a single class, and if the class is overcrowded, if the classroom is overcrowded, then how learner centered pedagogy can be practiced? Because in learner centered pedagogy, each and every individual child, each and every learners are given importance, because inputs will be given as per the need of the individual child, okay. Varieties of methods, techniques, strategies are used. So, that is why it is one of the limitation to use the learner centered pedagogy, especially in the overcrowded class. Further, it is difficult to practice if teachers are not properly oriented. Many a time teaching the students as per the learner centered pedagogy is difficult for the part of the teacher if they are not properly oriented, if they are not resourceful, if they are not dealing the students in a proper way. So, that is why earlier I have discussed that after or before implementing a new curriculum, you will find that first the teachers should be oriented properly. So, that is why it is one of the important aspects that one of the limitations you can say that if the teachers are not properly oriented, then it may be a difficult task for the part of the teacher to implement the curriculum which is developed as per the learner centered pedagogy. And further, you can say it is difficult if resources are not available in the school. In a learner centered pedagogy, many resources are used. If the resources are not available for conducting different activities, to practice the resources for different activities, then it is difficult to use the learner centered pedagogy. So, that is why it is another limitation. And further, it is difficult if teachers are involved beyond the curricular practices. So, many a time you will find that teachers are involved in many activities, many work. It may be curricular, it may be co-curricular, it may be other work also. So, if the teachers are spending lot of time beyond the curricular work, then it is difficult to implement the learner centered pedagogy, because in learner centered pedagogy the teacher have to you can say involve with students activities, with students development, with you can say the grooming of the students, grooming of the learners. So, if the teachers are engaged in other activities, many other activities other than the teaching, other than the curricular practices, then it is a limitation to implement the learner centered pedagogy. And further, it is difficult if the school focuses less on academic activities. Many a time you will find that the real focus of the school is not on academic activities. So, that is why it also equally creates problem that the things are not properly happening in the school. School's priorities are different. So, such a situation, learners for practicing learner centered pedagogy is not simply possible. And further, we can say it is difficult if parents give less focus upon their child. Many a time you will find that parents are less concerned about their children, what they are studying, what they are not checking their copies, they do not even understand about the concept of the curriculum, concept of different subjects which are being taught to their students. They are not discussing with their children's even. So, that is why friend, these are some of the limitations for implementing learner centered pedagogy. So, just to recapitulate, here we discuss about learner centered pedagogy and its implications and its merits and limitations. So, you have understand that what is the learner centered pedagogy, what are the different methods just like the project, inquiry, problem solving, and other field trips, field visit. So, such type of methods should be included and it has its own merits and limitations, but we can say merits are comparatively more effective than the limitations. If properly we do, then definitely we can practice the learner centered pedagogy, or let me to say that the NCERT curriculum which is developed as per the National Curriculum Framework 2005, NCF 2005, that is really a type of learner centered curriculum. So, friends, for further queries you can write a mail to me, you can also make a telephone call to me, you can go through my Facebook page, you can visit my YouTube channel, at the same time my Twitter handle. Thank you.